How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Thank you so much for being here with us.
Thank you so much for calling me here.
In the studio, in our brand new 89 studio.
Yeah.
When was the last time you were in here? Don't say never. I
No,
feel like you've been here before.
No, not here. I've been to the other building, like the other studio, and I was there. Oof,
2000
14 years back.
Yeah, because we've been around for 20 years.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was the first studio actually that you came into, which was on Shara Faisal.
Shara Faisal, yeah.
Yeah.
We went there to drop a CD. And there's a story behind it. So
Yeah.
we went there. So we were going to all the studios. We were like young band. 2007 I'm talking about. Bhulado came in. And we went there to drop our CD. And they said, yeah, we'll let's see if we play this sort of music. Because, they had these guidelines at that time.
Yeah.
And then after a month, they called
We
us,
still have the guidelines.
Yeah, you do?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
still have the guidelines. We try to maintain
Yeah.
the guidelines,
Yeah.
but even then, our thing was that we have to give the Pakistani musicians a platform.
Yeah, and then after a month, they were like, it was all over 89. Yeah, then thank you FM 89 for playing Bhulado so much.
I think the first time I ever heard it was on 89.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about Bhulado. Like, how did it first come about?
So, yeah, okay. It's like a long story, I'll cut short. And I was in a band called Mirage. Yeah. And then we used to compose music, and then we had a fallout. And there was this guy, Farabi.
Yeah.
And me and Farabi, we made a band.
Right.
And we were like DHA boys, उस वक्त that time we all were into rock music, and this अपनी ISP music platforms, they were playing all the new bands were coming up, and Atif came up with Aadat. And
Back
so,
when Atif wasn't Atif
Yeah,
Aslam.
Atif
He was
yeah, Atif Aslam for the band people, no?
Yeah.
Atif Aslam and Gohar.
Yes, they were
Right?
huge.
Yeah, they were huge, and we all wanted to be like them, like the success story, the young boys, and they made one song, and it became like overnight hit.
Yeah.
So me and Farabi, then we formed a band when we had a fallout from with Mirage band, and so like they're still my friend. Saad Hayat, he's a great musician, and Rehan and everybody.
Yeah.
But then we had some differences on music. Me and Farabi's dad used to play in the circuit like long time back. So he told us that you should always compose your own songs.
Yeah.
And don't cover songs, and don't be a cover artist, and like be an original.
That's what I feel like every OG musician will tell you that.
Yeah.
And we've also learned that the hard way, because we used to have cover songs here playing.
Yeah.
And then, of course, I mean, we much prefer originals. Which
yeah.
is why we were so excited that you're coming here and doing not just a recent original, but you're also going to give us old school original.
Old school originals. And when I went to his house, the first time I went to his house, and वहाँ पर I saw this uncle sitting on the takhat. ठीक है? And then I went inside के दादा हैं कोई हैं सही है. Long time back, I'm telling you. उस time band नहीं था. We were like just like composing and just playing music.
Jamming.
And then jamming, yeah. And I did not know that he belongs to like such an artistic family. Yeah, everybody was there. Like his family, say Satkan was from Farabi's family, and then the person I saw was John Elia Sahab. Dude, now I understand, man. I saw him, John Elia, lying on the takhat.
Yeah.
That's such a big thing. We went there, and then we made this song Bhulado. It was all on the friendship, no? Like Bhulado, Baatein Purani Dil Ki Jalati
Which is very, I think for the time that you recorded it was very, everyone wants that one song that hits with a certain generation. This is like our generation song, essentially, because it hits like we were going through it. And we felt it where you were in the middle of high school and in the middle of going off to like college. So like I feel like it was the lyrics of the song hit differently. And I'm going to ask you.
And I was in high school.
Yeah. And moving on to the next on to the next phase in your life. So that's essentially what the song is about.
Everything happened so fast. I was in high school. We composed Bhulado. We just recorded it on this Fruity Loop and all. And then we met this guy Mustafa. Mustafa Asad. Used to call him like Shady. He was playing some band. You know, back in time,
everyone had a great nickname.
Like nicknames, you know. So he was playing in some band, and and then we recorded and we gave it to a internet site and all. We gave it to our friends who CD burn.
Yeah, I miss those days where artists would just come and drop off CDs to the station, because it was a great way of discovering new music. Now you have digital, so the world is your...
now it's so easier, man.
It's much easier.
When the song came out,
okay,
so cut to the song came out and all the struggle and everything, we made a video, we chipped in the money, and so I sold my guitar, I sold my car.
Oh wow.
I had a Volkswagen.
Proper musician struggles.
Struggle, and everybody did their part, and then we came out with a song. So now the song came out on TV, and then what?
Yeah.
So it's, so we burned like 100 CDs and we went to all the radio stations. We dropped in our CD and say, okay, please play our song if you like it. And then we also went to all the like food joints. We went to Karachi Roast.
Excellent.
We said, okay, please, if you want to play all the joints. And then the song started playing. It became a hit.
Excellent.
And Universal called us.
Yeah.
Universal Records.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that was like amazing. So we were working with Kashan Admani.
Yeah.
Great person, great musician. Yeah.
Friend of 89.
Friend of 89.
Yeah, I like to say that.
Yeah. So we recorded 3 songs and we sent it to Universal, and then they were like, they threw our CD in the scrap box.
Oh.
They're like, there's no explanation, description, nothing, new artist. And somebody picked it up, he started playing the song, and everybody in the office was playing that song in a week.
That's amazing.
And he called him, he said, okay, we want this album in a month's time.
Wow.
So we were staying in the studio only.
Right.
And then when we came back to our house, like, हम लोग को Universal जो है interested है release करना, so they were laughing. Our parents were like झूठे. I was in 11th, yaar.
Wow. Okay.
Farabi was in A levels. First year.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay. So it was crazy, man.
I'm back.
Yeah.
And this time with a list of questions that I want to... Well, we call it rapid fire because it's our 89 questions, but it's essentially what it is just us getting to know you a little bit better and our audiences getting to know you a little bit better. So I'm just going to ask you a bunch of random questions, and then hopefully by the end of all of this, we will know you better. The people listening to you will know you better. They'll have a little bit more insight into you.
Okay.
So I'll start with something really simple. Yeah. What's your favorite ice cream flavor?
Chocolate.
Simple guy.
Simple, yeah.
Nothing, no rainbow sprinkles.
Nothing.
Yeah, just chocolate.
Yeah.
Excellent. Favorite genre of music? Now.
Rock? Now?
Now. Yeah, I'm going to ask then and now. So by then, I mean when you first started out. Favorite genre? Like how did you get into, say, for example, if it's rock?
Yeah. So yeah, it was rock. And I loved, my favorite band was this Queen. The Queen, Freddie Mercury. Wow, amazing. And then Guns N' Roses, and then The Darkness, and just amazing bands. We were into rock and Foo Fighters. Crazy. Right. And from that, now it's all Bollywood.
Oh wow, you made the turn to Bollywood.
Yeah.
And is that because, I mean, you've getting a lot more exposure to Bollywood, or you were saying something that you were telling me earlier off camera, how you spent some time there?
Yeah, I was there for 8 years. I have done 3 Bollywood films.
Oh wow! Okay.
One is like the bigger movie is Zanjeer. Priyanka Chopra and Ram Charan. Now Ram Charan is now like huge star.
When you say you've done 3 Bollywood movies, were you the hero?
No. As a singer, as a playback singer.
Okay.
Yeah. And I loved spending my time there. I played in some IITs and triple ITs and some metal colleges. And then Kolkata was like my second home.
Oh wow! Okay.
Yeah, I loved it there, man.
Okay, awesome. And tell me a little bit, like what is it that like they are doing with their film OSTs as opposed to OSTs here with music? Like, is there a comparison? Do you think we can learn from them, or they can learn from us? Like, what's your take on it?
So I think it's a bigger market, Bollywood obviously, and there's a lot of so when it comes to the commercial music, commercial means that a lot of money has to pump in. Otherwise, you will not get you'll not get the suitable song for the films or the movies. So there has to be like a budget.
Yeah.
So their budget is 5 million for one song or 4 million for one song audio recording.
Right.
So it's really higher.
Yeah. And also so then you can get the right instruments, you can get the right musicians. Mics. Yeah. And pay the musicians.
Pay the musicians. Yeah. The pivotal part is like pay the musician.
Right.
Otherwise, they won't play with like wholeheartedly, and the first you like really pay them well.
Right.
So in their industry, I've worked with a lot of people, and this is guy Somuda.
Right.
So he has played all the big songs, Teri Galiyan and Ashiki and all, and then the other guitarists and the musicians, they're like well paid. They don't have to think about the other things. They only think about the music. And also then the films they are making, they're like big. They have like huge budgets, and then also the heroes are recognized more.
Yeah.
But they so what I think we have to learn the ethics.
Yeah.
From the industry.
Yeah.
And also their dance wala jo gana, like the item songs they make, they're amazing.
Yeah.
I guess we cannot do the
Shadi
and
we
item
try.
songs.
We've had a couple of good ones. We have had a couple
like
of
if
good
we
ones.
make like 50, then like the two come out, like the two of the songs, they come out good, and then
but
48
like you said, their audience is much bigger. Our audience is not there yet.
But then the kind of songs that we make, like the sad ones and the aggressive songs, man.
I mean, can we just please talk about our drama OSTs that are doing so well?
Yes.
And I believe you've done one too.
Yeah, I've done a lot of... So, I'm doing a lot of OSTs. I love my drama industry. It's evolving. It's growing.
Yeah.
We're getting like the due respect also.
Absolutely.
That's the most important thing. And I hope that all the channels, they come together and they play each other's stuff. As long as, there's if a huge drama is coming on certain channel and the other, I'm not taking names, but the other one is not promoting it, or, then it's going to die down. Because I've seen that golden era of music.
Right.
Where when we had so many of music channels, and then they started blocking others' songs. Like there's yeah,
yeah,
you
right.
Understand?
It's like I have rights to this song, so I'm going to play it.
And why should I promote it? Like, so I'll take name the ARG TV and the AOI Music.
Yeah.
So ARG Music was at a certain point of time, they stopped playing AOI Music's favorite artist or songs, and then the music, they stopped playing ARG TV ke
I mean,
gaane.
the more you play it, the better it is for everyone.
It's
a win-win
is
for
happening with the dramas.
Right.
We have huge industry. They're paying good. The people are growing.
Right.
We can see that we have superstars in the drama industry. The reach is crazy now.
Right.
If, so I tell you, if this guy the Khud Aur Mohabbat wala jo hero hai, Feroz Khan.
Yeah.
If he goes to any pahadon wala area, he goes to Hunza, everybody is going to go crazy because they know him. The reach is there.
Right.
In India, he has a big fan following, and all the other heroes also.
Right.
They have huge fan followings.
Right.
So I think that we have to come onto this one ground and cooperate with each other.
Yeah, absolutely.
Otherwise, it's going to fall down.
Absolutely agree with you. What about the industry right now, the music industry? Do you think that it's going in the right direction? Do you think it's growing? Do you think more and more people should pay more attention to it, feed it a little bit more, nurture it?
So many questions in one
I
question.
know. But like overall, industry.
I think it's like it's a chemistry exam going. Like A, B, C,
okay,
D.
I'll make it really simple. Which musicians are you listening to from the Pakistani industry right now?
So, no, look, Pakistan industry is growing now.
Yeah.
Music industry is growing. We do miss out on the TV space.
Right.
Because I
there's
think
no music channels.
There's no music channel. I think the audience still, they watch something on TV and then they go watch it on the
digital
social
spaces,
media. We still learn. The audience is still like learning on in that phase where we watch everything on TV and then we go on social media. Otherwise, yes, the music is growing. We have bands like Youngsters. They're amazing. Asim Azhar is doing great job. Aima, we have like they're all people. They're like famous people and they're doing good music.
Yeah.
If they have a different genre, I can't say that they're not making good music.
Yeah,
they are.
Yes, they are.
And a lot of new songs are coming up. Cafe Khalil.
Yes.
And our audiences are welcoming all sort of genres.
Absolutely, which is amazing. Which is great for us, because we get to welcome all of you guys here and then talk to you about all the different kinds of genres.
I think Dawn should come out with a music channel.
89, yeah.
Yeah.
We should have a City FM 89 music channel.
Music channel, yeah.
Well, let's start a petition.
The people, everybody is going to watch it, because we all miss a music channel now, like a good music channel.
I agree. I think we should all
cool stuff. Remember, like the cool stuff, not
MTV
like
style.
Yeah, MTV
style. Yeah, we
style.
should have an 89 music channel. I think we're gonna get all the musicians in, band together, sign a petition, and then take it to my bosses, and then try and get them to.
Yeah, because it's not just the music. You talk about things.
We do.
We used to have beanbags lying down talking about music, and then you get that show.
Absolutely.
It's so easier. And I tell you, if you gather musicians and you call them, they will not charge also, because if any other channel calls me for an interview or anything, I charge them, because it's not I don't own that channel.
Yeah.
But as a musician, if I have a music channel, I'm not going to charge any music channel. I'll be there like, aapko kya help? Like, what do you want from me, man?
Yeah. Because it's like a two-way street, right?
Yes.
We're helping you. We're promoting you.
Yes.
We're giving you a platform.
Yeah.
So that's sort of how it works.
Like in this music time.
Yeah. Okay, so last question.
Okay.
What's the one song that's like your guilty pleasure song that you sing to in the house or in the shower or at home?
So many songs, man. So many.
I know, it's a hard one to ask a musician, because they're constantly humming music around the house.
I hum like anything I listen. I hum new ones, old ones, but I sing so many songs all the time. Like whatever I hear.
Right.
Aye, hi, oi, oi. These days, man, it's everywhere.
It's true.
No, but my favorite, one of my favorite is Sanu Ek Pal, like my go-to song.
Yeah.
And then Gulabi Aankhein. These are like my go-to songs.
Okay, cool.
And then we were playing like Country Roads and...
Oh, wow. Okay.
Whoa. Living on a jet plane.
Yeah.
Old school.
I like it. Kicking it old school. All right. Thanks so much for doing this little like Q&A thing with me.
Thank you so much for having me.